on, and our image is down. Hey, hey! Look at all these fine-looking individuals. Let me move everything around. All right, how's it going, guys?
What up?
Tim's quiet.
I'm a little quiet, sorry.
Yep, it's all good. I'll try to fix it on
Ugh,
my end.
talk louder. I got a baby in the house, so.
All good.
Ugh.
All right, there we were. All right, I think we're
Just
good.
gotta shove the
There
microphone
we
into your
were.
mouth.
I got my new.
Microphone. I'm only using the laptop, so I don't even know where the microphone
I
is.
got my new. There's a fish in there. You see it?
See the fish.
These are my
I was
new.
seeing
See the
someone
fishy?
make some dice and they're like painting the tiny minis and it's like inserting it in the mold. I'm like, that's so cool. I couldn't do
Yeah.
that, but that's cool.
So, just saying,
Okay.
I have to roll.
Oh, all right. Well, welcome to this week's session of Arcanus Rebirth. Last time, you all ventured into the sewers underneath the city of Valencia in search of clues to the missing villagers, city folk, peasants, whoever, people alike who have gone missing during some monstrous attacks on the city. You all ventured down into the sewers, battled vampire spawn, ran into some interesting characters under there, finding the lair or former lair of one Trent Baker, now half spider, half human amalgamation of a man. You made your way up the staircase where that gate was that you broke, that the vampire spawn came out of, with some where you found a laboratory of sorts. A fight ensued, fighting this Jenny, this slime ooze creature that was up in the rafters with all these Jenny copies. You defeated the Jennies and saw various tubes filled with experiments, these monstrosities, these abominations of sorts. A small vat of blood sealed in pipes going into the wall, going upward. And that's where we left you. So the room is yours to do as you please.
Are there any other threats that we see?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Give me an investigation check or perception check.
16.
16. The only threats that you see, as you look around, Trey, you back up into one of the glass tubes, and you see this like flesh monster of sorts, like claw in this like liquid vat at the glass, and it startles you as like the claw marks go down, but it doesn't break, and it seems to be held there by something.
All right. I'm going to step away from that and look to my leaders.
And I'll remind you, there were several vats, and then there was a very large vat where it seemed to be empty.
What do we do?
Do we think that that fleshy thing came out of that? Is it that size? That thing that we killed?
I would say with the interaction, the conversations that you had with the Jennies, it seemed to be more of legitimately an assistant of some sort. but just non-human, and possibly a defense to intruders.
Uh, Haven?
I'd like to
Oh.
maybe back up and do a religion check on that door, but I'm also scared to open it again.
Which door is this?
The door leading in here.
Oh, sure. Give me a religion check.
$24.
Not a lot of religious symbols on the door. There are quite a few arcane symbols. I will say there is the one symbol that you do see that is religious is the symbol of I have to remember her name. Hold on. Sylvanas,
Sylvanas, okay.
who is a goddess of blood and murder.
Is this the only way in and out of this laboratory? Is this door?
Thank you for reminding me that. The other thing that you guys did notice, I failed to mention that we saw last time, was a teleportation circle on the other side of the room.
Oh boy. I'm gonna stay at the door while everybody else is doing their thing.
I'm still
Um,
rifling through the papers of the desk. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there any like paperwork or anything around that may be notable of how to get through the
Sure,
door or anything?
Give me an investigation check. I will say there is another similar organ on your side of things. Give me an investigation.
Do you want us to both roll one
Or with advantage, one of you. Doesn't matter.
I just rolled an 18.
18?
Yep.
You see several notes and almost like blueprints and designs for several of these like amalgamation monsters. You see various sketches posted up on on the wall in front of the desk. One is again that, and you can see it in one of the tubes. It's like this, like almost like centipede made of flesh with hands and arms. You see another one that seems to just be a monstrous, almost looks like a flesh golem if it was made out of several gorillas. Very large arms, very large fists, small legs, but large teeth and like a singular eye almost. They're all. What was your 18? You said?
Yep. Yes.
None have any kind of signature on it, but several of the notes indicate the notes from a superior, a master of sorts, saying, you know, this is what you can and can't do. There's several dates on there's several dates on there. A few of them coincide with what you guys have confirmed with sightings of attacks up on the city. There's several names. that with your investigation check, you can determine saying like this person and this person will be there on the scene. I can't remember the names I said if I did, but 2 of the names on there were the names of one of the vampire spawn that you killed.
Okay, I relay this information to the group, especially Thale. Guys, this is what I found over here at the desk. Is kind of the meeting people stuff, symbols.
Let me see those. And I'll do a. Would it be investigation, history, or arcana
Fair
on
enough.
the symbols?
I'll say history.
History?
Yeah, I'd say history check for the symbols on the papers.
Okay. It's 18.
18. Great. I'll say with your history check of 18. You see a symbol that almost looks like a signature, like a family crest of sorts, but it's handwritten in ink. One moment, I gotta pull up my notes. What is going on? Sorry, having some issue. I'm gonna get back to you as soon as I find that name, but it's a name of a professor. I have to find the correct name. It's gonna bug me. Professor Yolani.
Professor Yolani.
And that when you read that, you see the symbol and that name comes to mind. A face flashes in your mind, and when you were at the Ingmar Academy, Yolani Fallonfoot was a halfling professor there. Specifically in the arts of necromancy.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Last time, we were trying to get through the door, and we did play the piano, and it opened up one.
It opened up the door, and then when Ginny attacked, the door shut.
I think maybe we should take all of these notes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if anyone has room for books and paper, if not, I can probably just take. You know what? I just start gathering everything, and I'm like, I can't believe this professor would do something like this. Although
I'm helping grab everything. Any
You guys start gathering up any books and papers that you can find.
Yeah,
Easily done.
Just taking all of it.
Your bags are pretty stacked, Vale, but between you and Haven, you get it all.
how are we gonna get through this door? Should we still try, or just think enough?
Well, we poured certain potions into corresponding pipes of the organ the last time. Do you see any potions?
Any potions?
During your guys' investigation, you did not see any kind of potions or anything.
Okay.
Do you remember which notes they were?
I would say you guys, it wasn't that long ago. I believe Merc was the one who played the notes, but you guys would remember what notes they were.
Yeah.
I never actually specified what the notes were.
Thale wasn't near the organ when they played the notes. She had backed up quite a ways.
I know Haven and Merc were the ones closer to it.
And that unlocked one part, but not the whole door itself.
No, you guys unlock all the other things, unlocked the door, and the notes opened them.
Open the door, right. What are we thinking? We
I mean,
gotta go through? Or...
we gotta flip this plate, like trash it, right, man? We can't leave just with the notes.
We
I'm
need
with
to do
you
something.
there.
Harlow
Well-
pipes up. We need to do something that doesn't release that, and just points to one of the vats where one of the monsters is kind of like zero gravity in the water, like thrashing around.
Is there a way we can just kill it?
Could try to just subdue it in the tank.
Do we have anything that we can put into the tank that would either kill it or render it, unconscious and unable to? Or does it look
Hold
like
on.
I could look at can I send the wrong fluid into there, or is there some way to kind of
I don't think
mess up?
most of you
if-
have the knowledge that would give you. It all
could-
seems to be just more like amniotic fluid type stuff. There's not any other adjoining fluid that you could change. You know what I mean? It's all the same fluid.
Yeah.
Yes, but I could do frost fingers on the glass and freeze the amniotic fluid inside.
That could work, maybe. And that's a good idea. It's the best idea I've heard.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
Really
give it a
don't
shot.
wanna be
Everybody just stand back. And I'll cast frost fingers at the
Sure.
bat.
Easy enough. And even still, like the ice starts to freeze all the fluid around it, and you can see it begin to encase this creature, and eventually you just see it stop moving, and it's like frozen in place.
Well, that seems to have worked.
Okay.
I mean,
Are we going to do anything about the blood?
yeah.
I think it would be prudent. Does anyone have
what
any
if we
poisons?
What if we just broke the pipes?
I feel like that would tip them off too quickly, though. If we poisoned it, we could just take them out. If we cut off the pipes, then they'll find another source of food. But if we poison their food supply,
I mean, this is a pretty small tank. I don't think it. I mean, is it their food supply, or is it just where they
Correct
send
me
it?
if I'm wrong. If they
leftovers.
ingest cold water, that's it, right? Like, first person who goes, they're gonna know something's wrong with it. Worst thing that we're gonna do is just get one of them.
one is better than none.
I mean, will it kill them or just hurt them?
Is it Merc just saying that he had an idea for taking out the blood?
Well, I unfortunately have used all my holy water, but if if this is feeding the vampires, that could be a good.
I don't know, I feel like you just break it and
In
leave.
fact, possibly with enough of it.
Harlow looks around and goes, "They already are gonna know we're here. There's 3 of them
Oh.
dead down there."
Merc, how long would it take you to make holy water from pure spring water?
Oh, I can't make any. But we'd have to get some.
I mean,
Have
No.
silver?
Fortunately, I've been told a lot of things, but holy isn't one of them.
I could poison it.
Yes, yeah, that.
But
Yes.
Trey,
yeah,
can
what's
you
up?
make holy water?
No,
Water.
I
Bless
can.
water.
I can put a fish in it and bless it with the scent of fish, but that was more of my
I've
mom's.
seen you cast spells, though, right? Or like
Yeah.
that is how you cast spells, by using the fish oil.
Yeah.
I have.
Well, do I see
I
any
have
holy
a few
symbols on Trey?
vials of this.
What is it?
It's just oily black liquid in a vial. It's unidentified.
Do you remember where you
Either
at
kill them
DM
or
wise?
make
Do you
them
remember where you
stronger.
got it?
No.
Cool.
I mean, if we stand by the door before we leave this, I can try to release an arrow and shatter or something.
Well, so let me just backtrack real quick because I was distracted. The big vat of blood fluid thing that's food.
It's not a giant. I won't clarify. It's not a giant vat. It's a small vat that seems to have a receptacle for blood, and has pipes going up into the walls.
Is it open air in one
No,
spot, or
it
is there
is
a
sealed.
cap?
It is sealed. You can just see it by like a glass, like window.
Is there like an opening or anything that you can like?
Yeah, you can
Or
twist. You can twist open that and unseal it. But it does seem to be pressurized somehow.
Yeah, that would be a thing. Could I look around to see if there's like a way to pressure off, open sort of procedure or whatever for it?
Oh, sure. Give me an investigation or perception.
Yes, that's an 18 for perception.
Sure. You see a couple like steam valves, with the pipes that are connected to everything on the walls far back near the teleportation circle.
Okay. Guys, I'm gonna try something. We're trying to open this and poison it. I don't know if you want to back up or you don't want. If I get it wrong, someone's getting covered in blood. So I go over to it and I look at it, figure out, where I think the pressure is going, and I shut off the valves that I think are adding pressure to the canister thing.
Sure. I'm assuming you go righty tighty, lefty loosey, so you're tightening it up.
Unless it's just a lever valve, or if it's a
No, it's a
cranky.
turn. It's a full turn crank valve.
Yeah.
You tighten it. It gets quieter. You don't hear any rattling. I will say if you go and check the vat, the blood definitely seems to be more still rather than moving around.
Okay.
Best indication that you probably got the pressure off.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna try it, guys. So the opening, whatever the opening looks like, I try to open it up.
All right, you there's a handle on the edge of the glass windowed thing, like it's a twist seal, and you can see a hinge on it.
Okay.
Since you're twisting it open, you open it up, and the smell of like coagulated blood and like that irony smell hits your face. Smells hot. Yeah, but you open it up.
Like, they keep it at body temperature too. I do poison spray right into it, and
Sure.
flaring it the style of copying something I saw the Krakens do.
Sure, yeah, 100%. You fill that tank with poison. It's more of a gas, so you'd have to like you spray into it and then you shut it.
Yeah, let it settle in.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only thing I'll say, I don't want to be that guy who says it later. You probably want to put the pressure back on.
Oh, I was going to.
Yeah.
If you want to send it back up.
No, yeah. So I was gonna say, close it, shut it, back on, so it mixy, sendy.
I'll say there's no way of knowing if it works right now. There's no way of knowing if it does seem to go back on and start churning again. I will say it doesn't seem like it's a constant flow. Give me an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Oh,
You
boy.
can do that.
As you guys are looking at it.
Ooh, that was a nat 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
Cool.
So-
For a 20 straight intelligence, 24.
So with a nat 20, what I'll say is it's not a constant flow of blood. It seems to be an on-demand type system. So when it is called for, then it goes.
That totally makes sense.
Like
Well, perfect,
kind of
then
on
no
tap.
one took notice.
Yes, it's an on-tab kegerator system for blood.
Gross.
Kinda, yeah.
Gross.
Coming to your local coven.
Hey.
I'm gonna go start a business now. Next character. All right. There anything else you guys want to do? I'm a little disgusted.
For
I don't
future
think
reference,
so. We have to research.
after seeing that, I would say that we can always have the option of turning the valve the other direction, all the valves the other direction. If we did ever decide we want to destroy this place, that might be a way to do it. Overpressurize everything and
Sure, yeah, that could work.
see what
But
happens.
again, are we desiring
that in
to
your-
really announce ourselves?
Back of your mind.
Well, we could just start smashing
What?
the glass on everything.
I mean, I'm for
Right,
that.
right. I'm just saying. I feel like we could turn up the pressure and get out before it exploded.
Ooh.
That again, if that was
What is
ever.
that going to do above?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily anything.
Kind of want to.
We had just, and after seeing him do that, it made me think that if we decide in the future that we want to destroy this might be a way to do it.
Sure.
I don't have any plans on coming back, so if we're going to destroy it, we should do it now.
Again, I'm just wondering.
No,
what
I'm
kind of
okay
chain
with
reaction-
waiting and just trying to poison them. Exactly. Well, a chain reaction that would hopefully destroy the entire operation. But I also am curious if poisoning it could also be very effective. So I'm not saying that is the plan, but after watching you do that, it gave me the idea that that's a possibility. that is a possibility.
I do just want to point out we were asked to finding the missing piece to find anyone.
No, we didn't.
I'll imagine some of
Right.
all of them are in that little blood.
I have
mean,
a
maybe,
strong. I have a strong suspicion that these things are directly correlated. And if we're going to find these missing people, I think it's going to be upstairs.
And I think we need to go upstairs.
I think so, but do we do it now or do we wait?
Can I step in? There was no more upstairs at this point from here.
No, not from the
Okay.
laboratory,
Okay.
but
The
like the
teleportation.
Yeah,
stairs
just
that
up.
those other people came down. That's obviously like how you get in, kind of thing. That's what Thale's thinking.
No. What I'm
See where
saying
this
is the
teleportation
stairs that they
circle
came
takes us.
down. This was the end of the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Just making
like,
sure.
Also, they,
the
I
only
get what you're saying.
the only way out is either the door or the teleportation circle.
Yes, out the way you came. Or
Do we need the teleportation spell to use the teleportation spell?
oh
we
yeah.
do. We do. Another good thing to do might be to actually disrupt the teleportation circle so it can't be used to get in.
Or we might be able to hire someone to. Because what's his name? One who teleported us here.
Nikolai Bavinsky.
Yes, Nikolai.
He could send us through.
I did copy down the teleportation circle into my spell
Well,
book.
I will put Lex. You would know that. They would know this. He could hypothetically use this teleportation circle to go somewhere else, but he would have to know where the other end is.
Yeah.
I see. It's not like a gate.
Like he could use it and maybe learn it and go there, but he wouldn't be able to go wherever they're going from.
I see.
So
Okay.
I think it would be prudent to disrupt this circle so that nobody can use it to get in here.
I think that's a good idea.
So we
For
could
sure.
disrupt it, and then if they ever send anyone to look, I don't know,
I
set
think we're done here.
sort of
Um,
thing.
I could put a magic circle around it and trap anyone that comes through.
Well, I don't believe anybody's going to be coming through it anytime soon, unless they get tipped off that something down here has happened.
And here's
So
the
if we
thing,
disrupt
right?
it, then they can't just immediately come into the room. They would have to come through the entrance.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
I
move
think
closer
it-
to the circle and just start sliding my foot into the outside like line.
My thing is, as soon as the ones we kill don't report in, wouldn't they send someone to investigate?
Maybe if who knows
They
how
might.
long they're reporting in. We don't know anything.
I
That's
know.
True.
that's kind of the problem, though, right? Like,
We can
could.
sit here and speculate all day, but
We could. All I'm saying is that if they do send someone to investigate because the others haven't checked in, disrupting this teleportation circle would force them to use the door. A door that
agree.
we could potentially have eyes on.
or a booby trap.
Or a booby trap, yes.
I can set a trap on it, but it only lasts like, you know, maybe a third of the day.
I have this, and Harlow pulls out of their bag basically a bear trap. I mean, we could.
I can lock the
could work.
door with my dagger. So nobody can get in.
Here's the thing, though.
Ooh,
fuck yeah. Forgot about that.
Ooh,
Just lock the door.
that's
We disrupt it.
Turn up. That's it. Disrupt the circle and lock the door. Then nobody can get in.
I'm gonna start kicking the circle.
It's like etched into stone. It's gonna take a little bit more than that.
Oh man.
Right, you're going to have to actually disrupt the stone. Here, kind of like this, and I'll use mold earth to raise the pieces of the circle up out of the ground so that it kind of just.
And in a
doesn't do
moment, you
anything.
can see just like a little arcane like spark around the runes, and you're pretty confident that you disrupted it.
I'm gonna get out of this. The doors open or closed?
Yeah. No, not yet.
Okay.
The door
Someone
is
go
still
play those
locked. We still
and
need
get
to
us
find
out
a
of
way
here.
out.
Why don't we just play those notes?
Yeah.
That's a
Mark?
great point.
Mark, would you be so kind?
Tickle the ivory.
Yeah, you tickle the ivory. Immediately, the door just doesn't seem to have that had walked. It had just closed.
I'm gonna pull out my
Natalie?
new sword and lead the way.
As we lead the way out and we lock the door, I would like to use mold earth again to
Mhm.
bring the stone out from the wall and
Sure.
enclose the seam
Organ?
of the door.
The seam? Okay, the seam. Nice. Yeah. And I will note, Merc, you know that when you use that dagger again, this door will become unlocked.
But you could just wait a while.
Yeah. Just putting that out there.
So they
Okay.
can't unpoison themselves.
We know where we're going from here.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's that way, right?
No, I
need a
know
map.
I remember that, but like, do we know where we're going after we exit this place?
Are
I mean,
we
here's-
looking for
here's the thing,
Nikolai?
Got the notes, but we don't really have any answers yet. And we
I think the
Yeah,
best
you-
thing that we could probably do right now is to get out, get above ground, and try to track where this would be underground, above ground, so that we know where they're hiding out above ground.
It's
that
possible, yeah.
That's
is a great idea, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather
Um,
not be here any longer than we have to.
Oh, I agree.
Hey, you're pretty good with surrounding areas. Do you think you could track it?
yeah. That's I'm gonna like take in my senses. Like just take a second. Like
Okay.
align myself
Give me-
like north, east, south, and west.
Yeah. Give me a survival check.
All
I'm
right.
gonna have you do another one on the surface.
All right, here we go.
Ranger shit.
14 plus 6, so a 20.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah!
20. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I'll lead the way.
Harlow is ready to go.
I think I'm starting to catch a chill down here.
I feel and smell like shit.
Yeah, you do.
I agree.
Me
Maybe
too.
we should return to the after we track where we might be above ground. We should return to our rooms and freshen up
Yeah, I can agree to that.
a little bit more than this, anyways. And I'll just press to digitate Harlow so that he, is somewhat
you.
more comfortable.
I live in the woods. I'm used to not smelling great, but oh my lord.
Sorry, guys. Just one sec.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
You guys make your way out of the sewers with no problem. Merc, that door catches your eye just again, that entrance to the Thieves Guild as you exit. Just a little reminder. But you guys make your way up
Just
and
have a look at
out.
it. Do anything odd as in-
Say it again?
or is it? I don't notice anything odd about it in passing apart. Does it just look like a normal door? I'm just trying to make any mental notes of anything I see as we pass by.
There's the only thing you see on it is the marking in Thieves' Cant that indicates that it is an entrance to the Thieves Guild, to the unknown.
Okay. Get the way in my mind.
Maybe it's a little early, but maybe now is a good time to take a. Oh wait, Lex is back. Lex is back. I didn't want to move on without her. So
Yeah, sorry. No, my daughter was stomping around.
yeah, you're good. No, you're fine. Okay, so you guys make your way out of the sewers, up near that temple district, in between a couple of the temples down an alley. Trey, give me another survival check.
So 16 plus 6, 22.
22. You start walking down the street, kind of like mentally trying to figure out which in alignment where that is.
I'd like
you
to
see-
like been counting my paces in north, east, south, and west.
So you get to the market circle, and you're met with a large gated wall that goes into the garden district.
Okay, and that kind of blocks us.
That kind of blocks you.
Okay, is
In
there
that
guards?
moment, you see.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead. We'll move to that. There are guards at the gates of the door. You actually, what you do notice is a couple of draconian guards. And around, you've noticed this a little bit, but didn't take notice. You notice these little like crystal nodes in random locations, like on these pillars. And all of a sudden, they start flashing this light and this illusion of a elven drow appear, white long hair and ostentatious robes, appears before you. Oh, and this throughout the city. You can see it in different locations, like in different these nodes. This little illusion pops up. People are startled, but it's not like it's something they haven't seen before. They're more just startled that it's happening now. And you hear this voice come across. Except I can't find where my notes went. So ask your questions while I pull that up.
Draconian guards. My beat goes past this into the garden. What was it called?
It's the Garden District.
Garden district.
So the way the city layout is, and you can look if you go and find the map. There's the market circle, and right above that is a wall blocking off the Garden District, and up on the mountain, like up on a large part of the mountainous hill, is Castle Noxon, where King Halcyon and his family live, where the king lives.
Gotcha.
And you see this elven gentleman in this hologram like illusion of sorts, and you hear his voice come across and goes, "Today marks a pivotal moment in the history of our kingdom. For too long have we allowed the presence of the Arcanus Assembly to permeate our lands, bringing with them arcane energies that disrupt the natural order. It is with a heavy heart, yet firm resolve, that I stand before you to announce the expulsion of the Arcanus Assembly from the kingdom of Noxon. The arcane arts, while powerful, have always been a double-edged sword. In the hands of those who seek only knowledge and understanding, they can bring about great wonders. However, when wielded irresponsibly with ill intent, they pose a grave danger to us all. Recent events involving the Arcanus Assembly have shown that their pursuits have strayed far from the path of wisdom and responsibility. Henceforth, the Arcanus Assembly shall no longer be welcome within our borders. They are hereby banished from practicing arcane arts or conducting any form of arcane research within the kingdom of Noxon. This decision has not been taken lightly, and I assure you King Halcyon is burdened with this decision. But it is necessary to ensure the safety and well-being of our people. But fear not, for I bring tidings of hope amidst this decree. From the distant lands of Cytera come a new group, one that will take up the mantle of arcane research and study in the place of the Arcanus Assembly. Though they might be accompanied by draconian presence, understand that this is for your protection. The Draconians have pledged their assistance in ensuring a smooth transition, and in guaranteeing that all members of the Arcanus Assembly vacate our city without incident. Let it be known that this decision is not born out of hatred or fear, but out of a steadfast commitment to the safety and prosperity of our kingdom." We must look to the future with optimism and determination, trusting that this change will usher in a new era of progress, and enlightenment. Together we shall forge ahead, united in our purpose and unwavering in our resolve. Long live the kingdom of Noxon, and may the light of knowledge guide our path forward. This is on behalf of King Halcyon. I am your steward, Octavius Vandam. Good day. And the illusion dies down, and there's some whispered hushes across the crowds, and you can hear people talking about it.
And how quickly could we get to the Arcanus Assembly outpost that's here in
Would take a couple of hours to get over there from where you're at.
a couple of hours?
Yeah, I would say with the crowds and with if depending on how you do it.
Okay.
I'll say in that a few moments beat, and you do see two draconian guards in Haven. You especially see a Shadar Kai elf, bald in leather armor, accompanying them into the market tower.
Oh, interesting.
Where at the top of the tower is Nikolai's residence.
Guys, I think we need to go help Nikolai.
Okay.
I agree. Just one second, and I'm just gonna kind of like dart into an alley very quickly, and kind of change myself back to Madame Kina,
Sure.
making sure like nobody's really watching, and just
Yeah.
come back out and be like, okay, let's go.
All right, let's do this quietly as we can.
Hey, Merc, we could really use your help for this.
I go where my new friend Havelock and my new companions go.
Do we want to?
Your
They'll-
assistance,
can,
much appreciated.
I can probably know where our best alleys and stuff go. Of course, yeah.
We-
Perhaps a back
Do we
way
wanna
or a
send-
quieter way.
It's happening.
We'll
Do we have a
follow
way-
your lead, Merc.
Do we want to scout ahead, or
Right.
send someone to scout ahead, or
I don't
I mean,
think
do we just
have
want to
this
go in there
time.
rushing?
I'll follow.
Yep, I'm already
8.
24, nice. Damn.
Yeah,
I'll say 24 probably balances that out pretty decent. But
I'll stay back. I just,
you trip and make like echo an ow down the hall, and you kind of stick backwards.
As soon as I hear him creak up, I'm gonna be like,
yeah, and then I'll step back.
Okay, Mark, you go up to the door. You find a place where you can kind of see a vantage point to see in, but you remain unnoticed and you listen. There, from your vantage point, you can see Nikolai's observation room. He's got a bed in there. You see almost like an astro globe in the middle set up. But he does seem to be in the midst of packing. There's boxes and crates and things and bags all around. You see Nikolai, though, sitting in a chair in his observatory. You can see...
so are they talking?
you see the Shadarkai, the elf, walking into the room with the Draconians kind of spread out, and one starts messing with his desk, and another one's just kind of looking at knickknacks and looking around the room. You hear the Shadarkai elf as he enters. He has this air of authority to him, like he is in charge, at least of these two. He enters the room. He has a black cloak on and is kind of billowing behind him, and he goes, "Nikolai Bovinsky, esteemed wizard of the tower. I have some inquiries that require your cooperation." You can kind of glance at Nikolai, see his eyebrow raise a little bit, acknowledging his presence, but with an eye of recognition. And he goes, "Ah, Dalen, what brings you to my humble abode today? Surely it must be something of importance for the Shadow Court to send one of his esteemed interrogators." The man who Nikolai referred to as Dalen nods curtly. "Indeed, Nikolai. We have reason to believe that a group was seen exiting your tower not long ago. And now it seems they travel with a known thief who carries an item of great significance to my master. Do you have knowledge of this group or their intentions?" Nikolai, he sits there, he strokes his chin for a minute. "A group exiting my tower, you say? How intriguing. As custodian of this tower, I am usually aware of all the comings and goings. However, I must confess this particular instance eludes my awareness." I have to do a roll now. Dalen's eyes narrow slightly. "Are you suggesting you had no knowledge of anyone leaving your tower? A tower supposedly guarded by powerful wards and spells." Nikolai kind of leans back in his chair, considering his words carefully. "The thief sorry. I missed my note. Nope. I missed my paragraph, sorry." He leans back in his chair and he raises his hands defensively. Now, Dalen, let's not jump to conclusions. While it's true my wards are formidable, they are not infallible. It is possible that someone managed to bypass them. Though I assure you it was not with my knowledge or consent. Dalen, he seems to remain skeptical, and he says, "And yet it seems rather convenient. This known thief was among them, who possesses a stolen artifact. Considering what your assembly is accused of, what do you know of this individual and their association with the crystal my master seeks?" Nikolai leans forward, considering his words. "The thief you speak of? Yes, I've heard whispers of their exploits." As for the crystal, I'm afraid I cannot offer much insight. My studies have kept me occupied within these walls, and I have not delved into the matters of thievery or smuggling. And he says that last bit with a little bit of like venom in his voice. Dalen frowns. He goes, "Your lack of knowledge is disappointing, Nikolai. But perhaps there are other ways to uncover the truth." And he gestures towards some of the items around the tower. Are any of these items capable of aiding us in our search for the thief and the crystal? Nikolai seems to get impatient, and his nostrils like flare a little bit. His eyes narrow at Dale, and he goes, "Oh, I am aware of the Shadow Court's disappointment, Dalen. But forgive me if I find it difficult to summon enthusiasm for your cause." Dalen's the elf's tone turns colder. "Your personal grievances are no concern of the Shadow Court. You will cooperate, or there'll be repercussions." With a bitter laugh, Nikolai laughs and he says, "Repercussions? What more can the Shadow Court take away from me? They've stripped me of my autonomy, commandeered my tower, and now they demand my cooperation." He gestures around the chamber. "What else do you want, Dalen, my soul?" His expression remains impassive, though there's a flicker of annoyance in his eyes. "Your compliance is all that's required. Whether you agree with our methods is irrelevant." Nikolai, he grits his teeth. "Dalen, I have provided what information I can, but do not mistake my compliance for loyalty. The Shadow Court may have taken over, but they will never have my allegiance. Now, if you excuse me, I am preparing to leave the city." Dalen nods curtly. "Your sentiments are noted, Nikolai. See that you do not forget your new place." And with that, he begins to head for the door. Towards you, Merch.
Sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, it cut out at the worst time ever.
Okay.
I heard everything though until the last like 2 seconds ago. So
He dismisses. He turns around and he starts heading towards the door that you're sneaking like behind.
are there? I'm gonna motion for them to hide quickly. Like give Trey a hand signal, like
Yeah.
tell him to move back and hide. And I'm going to, if I can, I want to stay where I'm at, like behind the door. If that's not possible, I'll move. But if there's some alcove
Give
or
me
corner,
a dexterity save.
a what?
A dex save.
A deck save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're behind the door and he's about to slam it even more open.
Nat 20, baby. 23.
Oh, yeah.
Bam.
You jump up and hang on to the door as it swings into the wall. And you get hit, not hard, but you get hit into the wall a couple of times by the Draconians, like busting out of there more behind him. And they start heading down.
I'm gonna like run back and like.
Arlo like jumps into one of the shops and pretends to be like shopping.
Do I recognize the Shatter guy?
Give me a history check.
I'm
I
gonna
feel like it's the most relevant.
Yeah, it's like I get back, I'm gonna pull my hood up and like pull off to the side, try to like stand tall but back towards them.
That's a 16.
With the current information you have, no.
But
I'll say that he looks vaguely familiar to you, but there's no name, there's no like, you haven't placed him.
right. Okay. I'm We're gonna obviously wait till the past, kind of gather the group, and all right, let's go see Nikolai. Have someone watch.
Harlow goes, I'll keep watch.
So if we all get back to get like if they will go by and no one gets seen, I'm gonna go back to the group too. Get down the
Yeah,
stairs
yeah.
or whatever.
They don't seem to. There's plenty of other people around this bottom of this tower. They don't seem too concerned by you. They brush past you pretty easily.
You wouldn't think we were stupid enough to come back in. uh, and then I'm gonna go down to the group. It appears you guys are. This elf has some issues with your group. He appears to be looking for you. So it was fortuitous that we did not step into that office. I can't imagine
And
why he would want to find you.
Okay. Did Nikolai say anything about us?
No, Nikolai was a man. He used to be an honest man. Kept his word to you and didn't oust you.
We should go see him and make it brief.
I would certainly do that.
Hey, you know what?
Keep it very brief.
I'm gonna stay down here. Keep an eye out. If I see anybody come back, I will alert you guys somehow.
All right, Harlow, Trey, be careful.
Yeah.
You guys ready? We'll go see Nikolai.
If everyone's okay before you guys go, I'm gonna see if I can go find Marmalade.
Yes.
Yeah, I got this.
I think that's a good idea. If we need to make a quick exit, then we need to have everyone together.
I'll Trey, you keep watch. I'll go find
Yep.
Marmalade.
Yes.
And then yeah, we'll go see Nikolai.
We
Hopefully.
we want to take our break before Nikolai.
I think it's a good idea.
All right. All right, we'll be back. Ew. Oh boy. Holy questions.
Oh no, dude.
Vocal 2. And we're back. Heard.
Right. So you guys make your way back up the tower. You can see the door is closed now. What do you do?
I'll knock. Hello? Anybody home?
I am not in the mood for visitors right now.
Nikolai. It's us.
Who?
You know, the ragtag bunch that have been saving people left, right, and center, and they don't seem to appreciate.
Nikolai opens the door quickly, looks down at you, but then sees everyone else. Quickly, come in. Did anyone see you?
I
don't think so.
What is going on? What do you need?
I heard the decree about the Arcanus Assembly and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, I guess.
I was made aware earlier this morning, yes.
Why are the Shadow Kai and Dragonborn working together?
I am unsure of their goals, if I'm honest, but one thing is clear. They do not want us, and he points to himself, meddling in their affairs. We are being evicted.
Seems awful rude.
I agree. I'll tell you what I know. Several months ago, the Assembly began looking into our steward, Octavius Vatnel, the gentleman you saw on the illusions. There was some question on how much power he truly held over the royals and the king. We really didn't get anywhere with our investigations. I was not specifically charged with it. But I'm wondering if somebody found out something they weren't supposed to. Because all of a sudden now, the Shalakai are here. The Shadow Council has taken over, and they brought the Draconians with them. And we are being kicked out.
I'll just look around to everybody else and be like, you don't think that's our fault, is it? It couldn't possibly. Not that quickly.
No, I think it has to do with what we discovered back in the mountains. I'm trying to get the relics to, revive some dragon or something, but
Their god, yes, it was, they were trying to bring back the great power of their deity.
right. I think that's
perhaps that's what the Shalakai are giving the Draconians for the help in whatever their goals are.
I just don't understand. Right. I don't understand why.
And I will say, Chance, our Haven, at the words of Shadow Council, that is a specialized group within the City of Shade that deals with kind of in, though the Arcanus Assembly for a while worked in the City of Shade, they were kind of their rivals, if that makes sense, within the Shadakai. That were purely within the Shadakai. I'm not sure. There's too many pieces on the board, too many players, and our pieces are being removed. Our headquarters was vacated earlier today, and I will be leaving the city. It's too dangerous here for me. And it's too dangerous here for you. They're looking...
Well, that answers my next question.
The searching, I had an investigator here just earlier looking for you all, asking me questions.
We saw that. What happened?
Looking for an artifact, a crystal of sorts. Perhaps one of these draconian artifacts. I'm unsure. They said the
Crystal.
master, though. I question who that is.
That's a very good question. But they were searching
the
for a crystal and they were asking about us? Why?
And he eyes you over, suggested that one of you had it.
I don't have a crystal. David?
No. Well, actually,
Did
I'll take a look at my hand. Is that what they were looking for? I'll show Nikolai.
They mentioned a thief having it. I pretended
Oh.
to know who they were talking about, but I honestly... When Dalen speaks, my fur crawls.
We don't have any thieves. Hold on. Is Merc in the room with us?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like look over to Merc and be like, what is it that you do?
He looked kind of like he's caught off guard, but that he maybe wasn't quite paying that much attention. Oh, you wouldn't be applying or inferring that I am a thief. I'm a simple sellsword.
No, I'm not implying anything. I'm asking.
Regard,
Oh, I'm a
regardless
real
of-
honest man who keeps an honest work. What
Harlow
did
said
they
it very
mention? What
well.
these crystals you speak of? What they would do, or what they're
you spoke not
looking
of
at
what
the-
they wanted with it. But
I mean, don't
I
get me
couldn't-
don't get me wrong. I've come across all manner of baubles and
Sure.
jewels and such in my day.
what questions me is you speculated the Draconians were searching for artifacts. But the Shadowkai would never refer to the Draconians as any Draconian as their master. So I question
This
on
is an
who,
interesting situation we find ourselves in. Perhaps we should investigate these
regardless of what you
crystals.
have or what you don't have. You need to keep your heads low. They are looking for you.
Well, this
Whether
is as
they
close
know
to
who
the
you are or
ground as
not.
I can get.
I can't protect you. None of us can.
No, Nikolai, you've done more than enough for us.
And if we can ever repay the favor, please let us know. But is there anything advice you might have?
Stay alive and trust no one. The city is fallen under the thumb of something dark, evil.
Well, despite that advice, I trust you, and I have some information for you to take back to the assembly.
Right, have at it then.
And I'll just pull out some of the papers and like books and everything that I had shoved and be like, these are all marked with Professor's signature. Professor, reading my notes. Yolani.
Professor Fallonwood. He goes over the notes. I remember him. We only worked together for a couple of months before I left, but
It seems he may be doing some dirty, dark, and nasty things in the sewers. Well, I mean, he can't anymore. We kind of
not
put a
sure how
stop
much,
to it.
at least around here, how much of the assembly exists anymore. I'm heading back to the school. See if I still have friends there.
Well, keep this information in mind. Don't trust Yolani. But I'm keeping these. And I take the papers and the books and I put them
Okay,
back in my bag.
fair enough. All right. I will. If I learn anything of Professor Fallonfoot's location, I will try to get a message to you. I will focus on that, though. I need to focus on something.
Havelock's gonna walk over to Haven and do that whole like shoulder to shoulder, looking one way, looking the other way thing, and lean over and be like, when we first got into town and our friends transformed, wasn't that with a crystal? Or what was?
Oh boy. Was it with the crystal?
So I know. I think I get where you're getting at. It was involved.
God, I'm not
say that.
there. Fuck.
Naima carried a large.
Oh, it was an
circular
orb. Yeah.
sapphire.
Yeah. I
Now,
don't...
whether or not that was responsible for his transformation, there's no knowledge. You guys pretty much put together that Smiler, the one who smiles, was responsible for that, but he did leave behind a large sapphire.
And who has that sapphire? I think Trey does, right?
I think actually Vale does.
Okay.
I gave it to Vale. I gave it to
Yes.
Vale.
Yep. Totally in my inventory.
Naima's
Crystal. Arcane
Titan's
focus.
Mm-hmm. The Titan's Eye.
No. The Titan's
Yeah, Titan's Eye. Yeah. Okay. No,
I'm going to say yes, it's in my inventory. And
kind
add
of
it.
Yeah, I'll look back at Havok and be like, fortunately, I think that's just once in the but
Okay.
I just like to know this is my 25th custom item that I'm adding to my inventory this campaign.
Hell yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Only you can decide
Back
that.
to the tavern, get some rest, recuperate, get some food, a shower, and then take down this fuckery.
Tavern might be compromised. If they knew to come to Nikolai, they probably know where we're staying, right?
You want to go back to the dungeon and see if our friends would house us for an evening?
There's several taverns within the city if you need to change. I'm sure they're not. They obviously aren't following you. They didn't know where you were when they were here.
Havelock, you were going to say
good eye.
I may have missed a bit of conversation thinking about things. What does the crystal look like and what does it do again?
You don't know.
You don't know.
They're just looking
what color, type of thing, mineral. It's just.
They said crystal in passing in one sentence, but.
Then it's a religious artifact.
No one said. You guys are making assumptions. You don't know.
We have no idea what this crystal could be.
You guys were making the assumption that it might be similar to what the Draconians were looking for when they were looking for that Emerald Talon in the Ashlands, but you don't know what specifically this guy is looking for, supposedly. But you do know. I will say, with the state, if we're stating what knowledge that we know, you do know that the Draconians were looking for and found possibly an Emerald Talon in this temple in the Ashlands. You know that now the Shadowkai are asking about a crystal of sorts. And I'll put it out there whether it's connected or not. And you know that Naima carried a sapphire orb.
Okay.
Alright, well, can't trust anyone but ourselves. Probably need to plan our next move.
Do something people aren't expecting us to do or be in.
Hey, I honestly don't know what I would expect us to do.
Well,
Did
we're
we
definitely
totally screw up the teleportation circle?
Oh
Oh,
yes,
but
no, I
then-
totally disrupted. Oh, Nikolai, here. One more thing, and I'll show him the teleportation circle that I copied down into my spellbook, and be like, "Do you know where this goes?"
That would only go where that circle is.
I was wondering if maybe you recognized the circle and could tell us where it leads.
Nothing I recognize. Without seeing. Knowing a circle is only important if I'm going to that circle. I can't tell where teleportation circles go wherever teleportation circles wherever you want to go as long as it's a circle. If that circle is viable, I could go there right now. But I couldn't figure out who's using that circle.
Yes, no, that's entirely fair. This is just the circle that was etched into the ground in the laboratory we found under the city.
Understood. Unfortunately,
kind
I
of
can't reverse engineering.
off topic.
Fair
Have
enough.
you heard of any vampire activity in the city?
Vampires? This is the first I've heard of them. Okay. That's true. This thing had more troubles than we thought.
Yeah. I don't know if it's all connected or not, but something we've run into.
may have dispatched a couple.
You are formidable foes. I wish you luck. But
And
as
to you.
it seems, residence is being taken from me. Being assembly property to begin with. I will be heading to the Ingmar Academy.
This is good to know. Do you have your hands on a sending spell that you have copied down anywhere?
Let me check. He goes through his books and scrolls on the wall. Yes, I have one scroll here. It's yours.
Beautiful, thank you. Do you mind if I keep this? I can give it back to you at a later date. I just need to copy it into my spell book so that we can be in touch.
You take that.
Thank you.
And while we're on that matter, loading, slow internet. He hands you 2 more spell scrolls in case you get into a bind.
Which spells are they?
They are fly and it's rain right now. Where is it? Come on, where is it? It's fly and remove curse.
Oh,
Well, these could come in very handy. Thank you so much.
Now, don't be touching any more strange skulls. as he begins to cast teleportation on his own circle.
Alright.
Well, my friends, I wish you well. And good luck.
You too, Nikolai.
I do hope,
Good luck to
I do
you.
hope to hear from you and see you again.
I'm gonna hold out my hand to him and just be like, hopefully we see you sometime in the future.
He grasps your hand, this large minotaur's hand. You as well, my friend. You as well. As he finishes casting, he steps into the teleportation circle. The arcane light flashes out of the tower very brightly and fizzles out. And you're left in this mostly empty, as he gathered his things before leaving, mostly empty remnant of a room. A large telescope on the deck left there.
I
A little too
mean,
large for him to carry it.
would it make sense to stay here because they've already looked for us here? And they know Nikolai will have gone? If anyone
Actually,
comes to
that's-
the door, I can answer it in a different form. I have several you have not seen.
That's actually a really good idea. I think that should be our course of action, at least for us to get a little bit of a rest.
Okay.
What?
Well,
What do you guys?
in that case, I'm going to need to meditate on some things for a little while so that I can let Harlow know that we're here.
Yeah. What's our next move right now? We know they're after some type of gem. There's vampires running amok in the city. My people are working with the Dragonborn, which is, if you were from the City of Shade, you would know is ludicrous. They've always been rivals, so this is troubling to say the least.
I mean, regardless of all the stuff happening, we need a strategic respite location for some of us. But then, of course, what now?
I could try to see if my parents are still in the city. They are, I'll kind of just like, very prominent figures in the City of Shade. And I saw them here before, so.
I'm sorry, did
Let's
we
think-
know that your parents lived here?
No, I haven't brought this up yet. They're not from here. They're from City of Shade. And I can't remember the continent name off the top of my head.
Itera.
Yes, Itera. The Shadar-kai people. When I saw them, right before I ran into you guys, so they might still be here and they might have answers. I just don't know if those answers are going to be something like. But I can definitely try to reach out to them.
Interesting. I love getting new information.
We'll rest for now, and go from there.
Let me just change into something more comfortable. Kina's joints hurt. And she'll just kind of like, grow back into Vale, into her natural form. Be like, ugh, that's better.
I'm just outside watching, making sure no one comes in for all of this.
Yeah. definitely gonna go get Trey after all this.
Yeah, just bring him in and let him know that I can answer the door if anyone comes.
I'll go get Trey. I'll explain kind of what's happened. Talk with Nikolai. That we're gonna be resting at least for a little bit.
Okay. Harlow left me to go get that fucking cat. So,
Should be okay.
oh yeah, I really don't care about him that much. So, I mean, hey, all of this, you don't think it's linked to the Titan side, do you, Haven?
I don't know. I feel like the Titan's Eye was a god playing tricks on our friends.
I don't know about that. I had it for a few days, and I definitely felt a connection to it before I gave it to Teal because, I mean, it was something that I wasn't necessarily comfortable with.
You think it could be one of the relics that these Dragonborns are looking for?
That's hard to say because I don't know what Dragonborn look for. I can tell you what a fish loves for bait, but what Dragonborns want, I am not versed in.
I don't think they were talking about the Titan's Eye.
You
I
sure?
know, but could it be related though? And without they might not know of its existence, or
I mean, so
Perhaps.
so I just lay it out like this. Naima was like a Goliath, right? Like you know, right? No, just a big old dude, right? But he could do fucking magic shit, right?
he could.
And then when he fell, the eye fell, and I picked it up and I felt something from it, and then I was like, "Whoa, I probably shouldn't have this. I don't know what it does. This is something, for other people, and it's a crystal." Technically, I think. Once again, geology class totally didn't pay attention to. So, I could be wrong.
I mean,
But-
I brought that up too, but after talking about it, they're saying crystal, not orb.
Right.
So I think there's something about the design or something about it being in crystalline shape. Who knows what
have
it does?
a feeling that we'll discover soon enough exactly what they need. Things have a way of revealing themselves.
Well, let's get some rest. If we're gonna take a long rest, after an hour, I take a short rest. I do want to go try to put out feelers to see if my family's still in the city.
Well, where are we going for our rest? Are we staying here in the tower, or are we?
Yes.
I think we're staying here in the
we'll stay
tower.
here.
Honestly, hiding in plain sight's a bad idea.
I think this is our best bet. Like I said, I have several forms that not even any of you have seen me in. If I were to answer the door in one of those forms, they'd have no reason not to believe.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll take a little bit of a rest and go from there.
During this rest, I'm gonna copy those 3 spells into my spell book. I'll take the 3 hours that it requires.
Yep. Take the 3 hours. Take the whatever gold it needs for your materials.
And after my short rest of an hour, I want to go out and like put out feelers to see if my family is still in the city.
Say that again.
I just want to put out feelers after a short rest. So I'll leave the tower and see if I can put up see if my family's still in the city.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Bad. That's a 17.
All right. So are you using your mother and father by name then, I'm assuming?
Yes.
I want to ask, what kind of... Who are you asking, I guess? What kind of people are you asking?
Oh, I think I would go back to the library of where I saw them with the Dragonborn. And I would ask either librarian or someone who worked there if they had any information.
All right. So what was your investigation again?
17.
18? 17?
Yep.
17. At the library, you said?
Yes.
You get one person who recognizes not the name but the description. It's a wood elf, one of the attendants at the library, who probably was there the day that you saw them. And they remember seeing them more recently. I feel like that's the best that you're gonna get.
Any idea where? They saw them?
Heading into the garden district.
Okay.
Up where which the road in the garden district leads up to the castle, but there's several other buildings and locations within the garden district as well. But it is a closed off part of the city mostly for the rich and powerful, pretty much.
Also,
which your parents would definitely fall under.
And that's where I couldn't go past identifying the lab below.
Right. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to head back to the tower then. So a bunch of coincidences are lining up here. The parents being headed into the garden district, where Trey also is following the trail with the pipes, and the castle's in there, and I feel like this is all connected by spider web. Don't know what to...
I mean, I don't know much about the city, but maybe there's another way for us to get into the garden district so we can, further investigate. If we even want to do this, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, if we walk away from this and go, back to Rivertown, I'm cool. I'm totally cool. We can leave Valencia and Trent the middle finger and just act like nothing happened. And I mean, none of this happens out there, right?
I
See?
get up from where I'm sitting, and I walk over to Trey, and I put my hand on his shoulder, and I go, Trey, I know that you're afraid, but you must keep in mind that the right things are rarely easy. And I know that you can do this.
I'm just saying it's an option if we want to take it.
It's an option for you, if you would like to take it.
Oh, I'm not gonna.
I'm going to force you to stay.
Well, no, but I'm not gonna walk away. You know, I'm gonna. I just don't see a way through the front gate if we have draconian soldiers there, right?
Right.
I have a feeling
No.
there's someone amongst us who might be able to slip past.
True. We could send Merc. Also, I could guise myself for a little bit at least to get in.
Yeah, but going alone, I mean, you are the most experienced adventurer here, so if we're gonna do it with anyone, you'd be the one, but there's too much.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I just try to get us in. If my parents are allowed in there, I might be as well.
Yeah, but
They're looking for us. We could be
Yeah.
walking into a trap if they let us in.
I don't think they realize though that I'm their son. I could say you're my bodyguards.
wait,
We could go in and I'm looking for my
did
parents.
you just say your parents don't know you're their son?
No. My parents do. I'm saying the people tracking us don't know that.
Oh, okay, all right,
Yeah, no, my parents don't.
all right.
Um,
But hey, I've heard, actually, a sad story. It's kind of Trent's problem, like he grew up without parents and no one to kind of lead him the right way. That's why that's why I say it. But it's good. It's good that your parents know you.
yeah,
That
and
almost
we
made me feel bad.
get along all right.
Huh?
But whoever can't sneak in, we try to bring in. That could course of action 1.
I mean,
That's the thought.
put my hood up. You're like, you don't recognize me now, do you?
Well, I do, just because I know you.
Fuck. Yeah.
Let's get a rest, and we'll try in the morning.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna keep an eye out while you guys rest. All right. I'm too creeped just to fall asleep right now. So.
All right. Well, in a couple hours, wake me, and I'll be able to help.
All right. Will do. I'll go lean with like my back up against the door and my right hand on the short sword.
You all head to bed as the night come. You guys commiserate and have all these discussions as night falls. You know, as the afternoon goes on and it turns into night. You guys settle down for the evening. Trey, nobody comes to the door. No one seems to bother you all. You wake Haven up for his help on the watch if you're gonna lay down for some point in time. Morning comes. Zale, you're one of the first ones besides Haven. You wake up that Haven is up, and you guys hear a scratching at the door. Very light pawing at the door.
I will, well, I will disguise myself as a ghost.
Okay.
Which is someone that nobody's ever seen before, so I just
would
kind
you
of...
describe Ghost?
So Ghost is a very small, slight human, who has incredibly pale skin, kind of non-binary looking. You can't really tell if they're a boy or girl, but they seem very young. And the shirt, the shifting shirt, kind of just changes into long black robes with a leather rope belt around it, and a large hood, and Ghost will just put the hood up, and go over to the door and creak it open a little bit and just go, "Hello?"
Oh, sorry. I am holding my baby and it was distracting.
That was okay.
So you opened it? Sorry.
Yeah. So as Ghost, I kind of like crack the door open just a little bit.
You look down and you see Marmalade standing there looking up to you. Yeah.
Oh. Marmalade, come in.
Good. And he goes in. He kind of scuffles around. He looks up at you, like with an eye.
Yeah.
All right.
Close the door, latch it, change back into Vale, and just go, "Where's Harlow?"
Don't be angry with me. I'm just the messenger. And he lays down takes off of his collar, like a small wrapped up piece of paper.
I'll pick it up and read it.
Sure. It's a short letter. It just says, "Dear Zale, I hope this finds you well. I am unable to accompany you on this journey any farther. The hidden grotto awaits you, where Mother Morgana has valuable knowledge and wisdom to impart, but the dangers here are too great. I cannot join you. Marmalade can guide you to safety. He knows the way. But vampires, assassins, and monsters, I can't continue any longer. I've been away from home too long. I just can't. I hope to see you again, Harlow."
I crumple it up, and I toss it into the corner of the room, and I go, "A coward."
Everything all right?
Harlow's returned home. He'll no longer be with us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll put my hand on your shoulder and really our side, but we'll watch your back as long as you watch ours.
I'm not going anywhere.
Well, set off. We'll at the garden district, and if it doesn't work, we'll come up with another plan.
little early, but I think that's a good place to stop.
Woohoo!
Good moment.
Oh man, I like it.
Oh,
I like it. I just feel like the Titan's Eye has something here, something useful, because it's still here. You know what I'm saying? Although that's a conversation for subscribers. So, with that, I think we have Terratua coming up Saturday, and next Tuesday is Chapter 2 of the Veiled Chronicles. So tune in. Yeah, tune in. All right, guys.
How do they know to tune in?
Jeez. Listen, I tell you this every time. Old guy, right? You actually picked on me like 2 sessions in a row about me being the old guy. So please explain it to me. Young guy.
I mean, a couple years younger guy. So if you're, no matter what the application, app, website that you're on, there's a subscribe button, there's a little follow button, and there's a little notification bell. If you ring a ding ding ding, that little notification bell, your phone's gonna go off and tell you, oh hey, the Wayward Ones are on. Go check them out.
That's how I knew we were on.
Yeah, me too. On Saturdays and stuff I'm not playing. So do that. We'll have something for you.
Yeah. All right, Timmy. Hey, great session. Bam. All right. Signing off.
Bye bye.